Auto Parts offers free battery starter and alternator testing and free battery installation with purchase. See store for details. Advance Auto Parts. Let me just give this to you. D'Angelo Hall joins us in less than 10 minutes. I love him. And we have a new segment on our show today. The best thing we're saving for last on the show today, so don't go away. Jenny around the corner. An NFL scout just texted me. The word is that Lamar Jackson, quarterback in Louisville, is rising. And what he told me was, here's a real thing, is that Lamar Jackson had an NFL coach as his college coach. NFL coaches like that. Is that NFL coaches like the fact that he didn't have some, rah-rah high school coach. His coach, Bobby Petrino, may not be a perfect person, but he's an NFL bona fide offensive mind. And Bobby Petrino has come out to say this kid can play. Okay, this isn't a college coach who dominates a region. Bobby can coach. And Bobby is an NFL pedigree guy, and that means a lot to a lot of these veteran NFL coaches who don't respect college coaches. Yeah, everybody respects Urban Meyer. Everybody respects Nick Saban. Believe me, NFL guys respect Bobby Petrino when it comes to schematics, X's and O's. So what is helping Lamar Jackson, I'm told by an NFL scout, his college coach and his college coach's NFL pedigree. NFL guys look at that and think, okay, the kid can snap the throws off in this sort of pro-style system. He runs too much for our taste. He's not quite as big as we'd like. We'd like him to run less. But that is why he is moving up the board. I got a text a couple of minutes ago. Here's Jen with the news.
No. Heard on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Well, since we've been talking about Lamar, we've been talking about Gronk's future, and now we have a little update on potentially Tom Brady's future. This just came out today that his agent, Don Yee, says he does expect Tom Brady to play in 2018. This is the full statement from him. Tom's intentions have not changed. He's consistently said he'll play beyond this contract and into his mid-40s or until he feels he isn't playing at a championship level. I understand the constant speculation, but this is one point he's been firm about. So he came out, and that's our most recent Brady news. I mean, that's always been the intention. He would continue to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all mostly believed he would play. I just also believe he is part of the open revolt, and I'm not against it with Belichick because I think Belichick, in the end, has suppressed a lot of Brady's opinions. Tom's taken pay cuts. Tom's been the good soldier. Tom's been the messenger for Belichick's sort of narrative. And I think Tom, after that Super Bowl loss, losing to Nick Foles, giving up, Tom threw for 500 yards, and that's going to affect his legacy. Tom could have won his, sixth Super Bowl? Instead, he's 5-3, not 6-2. And I think Brady's like, okay, timeout. I get an opinion here, and it's time for me to not give you an explanation, and I'm going to tweak you for a while.
I'm looking forward to seeing kind of where that continues to develop. All right, let's stick with the quarterbacks because former UCLA coach Jim Mora, he's been doing a lot of talking, and he's been doing a lot of talking not only about Rosen, but about Sam Darnold, saying he believed he was a better fit in Cleveland. This was said about a month ago, but now he's kind of come out and said, no, wait, anyone questioning Josh Rosen, he's actually a great guy. He's had all these tweets talking about, people are questioning his toughness, his competitiveness, love of the game. That is so far from anything that he's seen in 6+ years knowing this man. He even went in to say he could be a potential Hall of Famer. I mean, Coach Mora
what's happening here
is saying a lot here. He said, look, I've had the amazing fortune of being around 24 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I believe we may see Josh Rosen enshrined one day. I mean, that's I don't know. What do you make of him?
Well, what I make of this is the Rosen family and people at UCLA are concerned that Josh, as Lamar Jackson is rising in the draft, Josh Rosen is sinking. And there's a feeling around the UCLA community that Mora hasn't done him any favors. Belichick, last week, a story leaked that they were into Rosen. I think that comes from Belichick's good friend Jed Fish, who was Rosen's offensive coordinator. Just doing him a solid. Belichick does solid. I don't have a problem with it. I like Rosen. I don't have a problem with people criticizing him personally. We did that with Cam Newton. I didn't have a problem with that. But I think what's happening is Rosen is the quarterback now. that is moving down the draft boards. And I think the Rosen family is like, timeout. Mora, we could have chosen USC.
True.
We chose UCLA. You got to step up and support Josh. Because this is one of these things, it's an advantage being in L.A. I'm hearing a lot of things from the Rosen camp. They're like, we're getting crushed here. Everybody else is selling Lamar and selling Darnold and selling Baker and love, and it's all negative, and they just want to turn the negative a little bit.
And people always talk about his competitiveness and if he has the drive.
I like him. I've met him twice. I like him as a kid.
I covered them all year, too. Yeah. Like, think about this. Do you remember that comeback against A&M?
Yeah.
That's what I think about when I think about Josh Rosen. I mean, that is what you want to see from your kind of quarterback. I mean, that game is what I always go back to and just who he is as a person. He was respected a lot more by his teammates than people give him credit for, too.
Yeah, by the way, I just was told this. Josh Rosen will be on our show tomorrow. I didn't know that.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think he's a good kid. I think he's a lot like Aaron Rodgers. He can rub some people the wrong way, but I think he's got a lot of Aaron in him. And, Aaron's not for everybody, but he's really good.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm coming back for that. All right, finally, this story is just a little fun because we know LeBron James, he likes to give out gifts around playoffs for his teammates.
Yeah.
He's done this in the past. So he gave his teammates these custom suits that they all wore to the game. This is ahead of Game 3. It's pretty impressive. I mean, they all look pretty dapper, if I do say so.
Is this signified, business?
They're united? I don't know. So the NBA tweeted a photo of the suits, and someone responded to that NBA Instagram post. Look who it is. Good old Isaiah Thomas. Wait a second. I remember getting fitted for those exact same suits. LOL, where's mine? I love it. I think it's fun, and it's just a little joke there. But they ended up losing, as we all know, so I don't think we're going to be seeing those suits anymore. So they might actually want to send that one to Isaiah.
I agree. Jenny with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Get your bathroom ready for cleaning and give it the cleaning it deserves. Get all the stuff that's lying around. Everything you need now in a bathroom, get it at dollarshaveclub.com/Colin. Shampoos, body wash, razors, dollarshaveclub.com/Colin. I want to bring him in. He's a 14-year distinguished NFL career. He is a free agent right now. He's a multiple-time Pro Bowler, a great trash talker. I love him. D'Angelo Hall is joining us in the Herd right now. I'm so glad you're back. You know what, man? When you broke into the league, I was like, man, this guy is chatter. This guy's talk. And then over the course of your career, I started listening, and now you come on the show, and now I love your swag and your talk and all that stuff. So here we get ready for the draft. I got two things.
All right.
So as a pro athlete, as your talent or your body erodes, you get older, you don't quite run it. NFL teams look at you, that now they have the leverage. You have it year 1 through 8, and then years 9 through 12, they may have it. Des Bryant now. Is it unfair for me to say this, D'Angelo? Even talent has a ceiling. Got to be coachable, got to be a good locker room. That he never understood that. By the time Des figured out there's more to life than talent, it was too late. He's not the same player. Is that unfair or fair?
I guess it's fair. It's definitely fair to say. I think part of my maturing up process happened when I went through some tough things.
Okay.
Like I take for granted being in Atlanta and being a part of kind of just that movement down there, and kind of right after it happened, Michael Vick got in trouble and the team began to kind of get disbanded.
Yeah,
and I was part
kind
of
crumbled
on the way out.
Okay.
And so I ended up in Oakland and probably thought I had it made a little more than I did. Didn't think I needed to work as hard, didn't put in the time. And so being cut in Oakland halfway through the season just because Al Davis, and I love Al Davis to death, but Al Davis toward the end kind of didn't really know what was going on.
No, that's reasonable.
And so it was part of what brought me to Oakland, was being a part of something he had going on, but at the same time,
then you get cut.
It's kind of a gift and a curse. Yeah.
So you get cut, and it's like wake up time.
Oh yeah, it's like, man, people don't think I can play, so you have so much to prove. And if Dez has been truly humble, and only he knows the answer to these questions. We can sit here and speculate every which way, but only Dez knows how he feels inside. And yes, he was kind of emotional by saying, I want to be in the NFC East. I want to see Dallas twice a year. I can't wait. Yes, this is revenge for me. Yes, all that stuff was the case for myself as well, but I think I was smart enough not to let it be known. You know, I kind of kept it close to my vest and used that to motivate myself. And so I think Dez has a lot left. I don't know if he'll end up in the NFC East. I think he did himself a little bit of a disservice by making that statement known, because any team in the NFC East who would have wanted him probably feels like, well, I know he wants to be here.
So what? We don't have to expand.
Yeah, at a bargain basement price. That's the thing. Can Dez play football on all 32 teams in the NFL? Absolutely. And anybody would want him for the right price. Like if Dez is coming in saying, hey, I'll play for $1 million or $2 million and bam, bam, everybody would be clamoring to get him. But I think people are still thinking, look, Dez, he was supposed to make $12 million. He's probably not coming in for anything less than 10 because they know the egos that are involved.
At 10, I'm not
guys.
interested. At 4, I'm interested.
Yeah, absolutely. The egos of these guys, sometimes it's not about how many balls I'm going to catch, or it's not about my role in the offense. It's simply about what looks best. And it looks good if I'm making $10 million here and I was supposed to make 12 there. So that tends to play a little bit of a factor in it too.
Speaking of retirement, speaking of leaving the game, speaking of leverage, Gronk this weekend at Gillette Stadium talked about motorbike racing. It was clearly to annoy New England. I don't know if he's going to play or not. My guess is he's too good at this point not to play. Yeah. Like if you're this good, play. What do you make of him kind of taunting and poking the Patriots?
I mean, he has all the leverage, you know? And like you said, he's such a great football player. Everybody's like, dude, there's no way you're going to walk away from the game right now. You know what I mean? And so you can kind of see him playing around with it and hinting at it. But I don't think anybody's really thinks Gronk's not going to play football.
But you said in your career you were enlightened. Let me just throw this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because of there's more transparency on older players, maybe in their 50s, 60s, the back that Gronk has been hurt so many times. Do you think there is a little bit with Gronk saying, listen, I don't spend my money. I got $52 million in the bank. I'm not exactly fine French food and art. I mean, Gronk's pretty easy guy, right?
Yeah, I would
pretty
think
simple
so.
dude. Do you think guys like Gronk are thinking, yeah, I'm still great, but camp's hard, games are hard, I'm always hurt? Is that more a part of what guys think now than 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I guess so. I definitely think it's safe to say that Gronk has had so much success so early, and he's made a lot of money. And like you said, his style of living isn't flamboyant to the point that he's blowing through money. So I think he can definitely walk away, but we as athletes always feel like we can do more or there's a little more left, and not necessarily in the tank. But for him, yeah, I got $52 million, but kind of want 60. You know what I mean? Like, enough is never enough.
Oh, I get it.
Us. And so, you know, I don't know Gronk that well personally, but he just seems like a blast to be around. I don't think he could enjoy not being around the guys. I think he kind of just enjoys that
camaraderie.
That camaraderie. Just
he does seem like a bro.
Just being one of the guys.
He seems like a bro.
And it probably is hurting him more not being there than it is the team, because he probably wants to be there. He seems to always be the life of the party.
Did you miss the bros? Did you miss hanging out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing you miss. You don't miss practices. You don't miss training camps and things like that. You miss the games because that's fun, and you miss just being with the guys on team flights and playing cards and just all the stuff you really
just
aren't supposed to be doing
with alpha males.
Just having a good time. Yeah.
Finally, any of these college quarterbacks you like, D'Angelo?
You're probably gonna kill me for this.
What?
But I like Baker, man. And I don't like him because I've sat here and actually broke down every piece of film, and I've seen his drop back and his delivery, and I've seen this and that. I like him because he's just different. Like, he's not the same old boring quarterback. And, having played against these guys for 14 years, even further back, you date back to college and high school, so many quarterbacks are so cookie cutter.
Right.
And I like a guy who speaks his mind, who plays like a DB. I think I've said that before. I've said the reason I like Baker more so than a lot of these other guys is he has that defensive back cockiness, that athletic arrogance that he feels like at the end of the day, my team's going to beat your team. And, you know, people think talking trash is a negative thing. I've always talked trash because I wanted you at your best. And so if I feel like I need to give you a little something just to give you a little more gumption or go to or want to try to come at me, I'm going to give you all I got because I know you at your best can't handle me at my best. And so, like, I can remember vividly having those conversations, me and Chad Johnson going at it, me and Steve Smith going at it. And the one thing I always told other guys in the locker room and the media is, yeah, he can say whatever he wants to say. I can say whatever I want to say. But the good part about this game is at some point, I'm going to be lined up here. He's going to be lined up there. And we get to go. We get to play. And I never understood two DBs going at it, even though me and Sherman did it a time or two.
So you like Baker's he's got a little DB in him.
He does. He does. He has he has confidence that
Heart, you can't teach it.
You can't teach it, but it rubs off on other guys. And it's nothing better than having a guy in that locker room who feels like he can take over a game, and you feel like he can take over a game too.
D'Angelo Hall, great seeing you, man. I like it. I may disagree. I still like it. Okay, I saw something this weekend, got me really, really excited. I'll tell you what it is next. Got me very, very excited. We saved the best for last. That is coming up. Guys, first round of the NBA playoffs are rolling. Baseball season's off and running, and we're finally hitting NFL draft week. It's the best time of the year. The weather also warms up. Clothes come off, obviously. You're wearing the tees now, not the coats. How do you get in shape? How do you look good? 3 ways. Work out, eat right, and take M-Drive every day. The M-Drive entire line is built on science and clinically tested. Safe and effective ingredients to boost your natural testosterone levels. Gives you the energy you need. And as you get older, you got the brain power. Sometimes you don't have the stamina. You don't have the energy. There's 2 ways to refine your prime with M-Drive. Go to buymdrive.com, code HERD. Gives you 25% off. Buymdrive.com. Or just go. It's prominently displayed at Walgreens, Vitamin Shop, GNC, Sprouts, and Duane Reade. Built on science, clinically tested, boost natural T levels. M-Drive.